Today we're going to show you what a win team looks like because Wander Dragon is not yet available. And then we're actually going to do some Warrior Peak matches. So, in slot 1 I like to use Whisper Drake because it can silence the entire front row. HP percent is what you want. And so I will eventually be trading those out as I get more of them. I do like the Precision Universal Dragonbone because if the target's controlled, then they take 15% more damage. So that's really helpful for bounties, making sure you get first place, or with Tribe Hunt. And to a lesser effect in PvP, it helps. And Molten Revenge is actually decent because of getting 30% control resistance. And then if it gets below 30% HP, it removes all the controls on itself and does a rage skill. And since the rage skill hits the entire front row, you get a chance to silence the entire front row again. So that's really helpful for just controlling the enemies. For runes, I wanted the control rate is what I'm going for on it. And then I happened to get Stalwart as an additional one, which is decent because of chance of it getting a shield. And then for my insignia, obviously I do want to recast it when I get a chance, because while I do have 2 divine skills, it's not exactly a damage dealing Primon. So I'm going to be looking out for something better in the future. Jewel Drake, who's currently being inherited, and he's really good for just raising your rage, because after he ults, then I'm usually able to get a rage skill off with Thoraxian. Again, you want to go for HP. 8% is what you're primarily after. Force and Fire is decent, along with flat defense, because I don't think you can get flat defense in extra, or defense percent in extra trait, but I could be wrong. Then for my offensive rune, healing effect, it's kind of mediocre. Healing receive is nice, just getting some extra healing. Now, this one is a really good insignia because I got advanced divinity to get damage reduction, and the divine retaliation is the real winner here, because when it dies, then it stuns the attacker for 1 turn and permanently reduces their attack and healing by 30%. And it's not dispellable either. So it's like, even though it only occurs 1 time during battle, that's really strong. And the fact it also stacks makes it so it could be worth having multiple support Primons with that. And Brotosaur, I do want to get him to be more stars over time. He is on my wish. However, I want to wait until we see what the next Primon release is going to be that uses normal eggs, or if a summoning event comes first, that's when I'm going to dump around 500 lucky eggs that I currently am holding on to. We do want the HP percents. There's not too much to be said here. We're going for HP percent. This one has dodge rate instead and healing received, which is actually pretty decent. And I mean, it could be better if I had HP percent, but overall it's not too bad. And then advanced endurance to gradually gain damage reduction over the fight. And then divine connection to make my Thoraxian and Breeze Rider do more damage. That's always a plus. Eagle Chieftain. Once again, you want to go for HP. And then the healing Dragonbone is really nice, because then if it's below 60% health, you can restore health. And we are going with... I do need to get better runes for this one, although this one's not terrible. This kind of control resistance is kind of nice on a support, especially a healer. And the offensive rune, getting the control. This one just really is not that good of a rune, so it's something I do plan on recasting, but I just need more materials for that. And the insignia is pretty nice though, because as you're increasing your healing and healing received, and divinity is getting damage reduction is always great, and chances for rage reduction is always good. So that's probably the best in class you can get, even if it's not the most points for power wise. Breeze Rider, he's a strong one. You definitely want to go for attack percent. If you don't have attack percent, crit is not the worst thing to have, just because it's a better chance to crit and increase your damage. And we're going for all-out attack on our rune. The reason that I'm keeping this as blue is because it has Forged in Fire with attack percent in the traits, and there's pretty much almost a non-existent chance to get that back. So until they come up with a way to lock it, he's stuck with a blue level rune until I can level that up from reaching level 74, I believe. The insignia is pretty nice, getting to do 25% more damage to enemies with more than 60% HP. That's really good in hunting for tribe hunts. It's pretty good in bounty, and then it's also really great in those events like Frost Shell Trial. Those where you do as much damage as possible within 10 turns, since you're not going to kill the boss typically, unless you're an extreme spender. And then Divine Mega Shield is just really strong, getting a shield. And then my last one is Thoraxian. You do want attack percent as well for this one. And then I managed to get both attack percent and Forged in Fire on my defensive rune, so I was pretty happy about that. And then attack percent again on my offensive rune. Fighter's Will isn't really that important for it, and I would rather have something that increases the offensive capabilities, but it's not worth recasting right now because it's a red rune and attack percent. The insignia, it's okay, but I think it would be better if I had Divine Anger or had Divine Power Strike instead of Divine Pursuit. Because while Divine Pursuit is good for finishing off enemies, it's kind of nicer to be able to do good damage when they're at full health. So now let's actually do like a couple fights here. So we'll see what we got here. Well, this one should be easy either way, because that team looks fairly easy. Oh, we're back down to gold. Oh, okay. I must have got knocked down one tier, because I was having to do 2 teams before. Alright, let's not skip the next match then. Hopefully this one's... Okay, there we go. Now we're at 2 teams. Alright. Now, based off of what they have on their team there, it's nothing overly threatening, so we're gonna... So I'd rather use my weaker team against that. And this time we're going to actually let it play out. And Phoenix is inheriting from Thoraxian. Boomclaw is inheriting from Breeze Rider. I'm not using Rexa just because I don't have him inheriting from anything and he's significantly lower level. So I feel that it's not as worth it to use him right now. So as you can see, we already got him down to just one guy and he's almost dead. Soulclaw is something that you want on fire teams because you're going for the KOs in as fast of time as possible. Whereas on my wind team here, you'll see that I got artifacts that are geared toward There's rage. And then defense in the back row. With increasing the offensive capabilities. Let's clean these shells while I edit. Let's see what we got next. And this one doesn't look... I'm going to do this just because I know it's a type matchup. It's a positive type matchup, having wind against earth. So we're going to let that stay. See, now I got my rage, so I have my 8 rage, so I can immediately use my skill. The reason it takes 5 rage instead of 4 is because of the universal bone, but it's worth it because it does increase damage. Now my hunt's trigger. Oh wow. Mr. Unyielding. Huh, well, I just killed their healer. As apparently, the only reason that they survived the second round is because of having an advanced yielding on multiple guys in the front row. Oh, that one too? Jeez. What an annoyance. There we go. I am kind of... Oh, now this isn't looking so hot because now he has water here. I am more worried about this matchup. I'll be honest with you. Well, at least their healer is gone. So at least that's a good... Okay. I got a couple stuns, is always great. Feather Strike absolutely obliterates most stuff. And Totem to increase my rage, and I can also blast with Thunder. Couldn't do my... Oh, come on. Couldn't do the rage skill because I didn't have enough life. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's better. Let's take our rank up reward. Spin the big wheel. Hoping that actually is what I was kind of hoping for. A couple more matches here. Oh my goodness. Okay, well this one is going to be pretty much an auto lose. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to beat this. Because this person has spent like crazy. They are in my tribe. But yeah. But yeah, I know I have no chance. Yeah. And I pretty much had no chance to win that one from the start. Okay, this one should be pretty easy. That'll probably wipe out the whole field. Yep. Alright, now the wind team is probably going to one-shot most of this stuff once the Rexium makes its move. Alright, well that's where we're going to leave off.